Fat loss over 40 isn't just about eating less. It's about eating smart. And I'm going to show you what has been working for me. If you're on your GLP-1 journey or you're just getting started, these are just ideas for you of what can help you have the strength and the energy and the support that you need to be successful on your weight loss journey after 40. First, what do I prioritize in every single meal? Protein. That has not been the case for me in the past, but protein has proved to be one of the most important parts of my meal. So every meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and snacks will include protein. And you're probably thinking, well, I don't want to eat fish or chicken for breakfast. Well, have a protein shake. Have some cottage cheese and add, some fruit to it. Protein pancakes. There are lots of ways to get more protein into each meal. Ideally, you want to have 30 grams. Things like chia seed, hemp seeds, those have protein in them. So you'll find if you do a search for high protein foods, you'll find a long list and you can start to work on incorporating them into their meals. Now, another thing that really helps me is I have a standard 3 different breakfasts that I eat during the week, and I more or less rotate them. Although I will say I tend to do a shake more often than not, but that way you don't have to think so much about food, and you can do the same thing for lunch and the same thing for dinner. Fiber in your meals is important to help keeping your digestive tract moving, because one thing that does happen in a GLP-1 is that you can get a little stopped up. So having additional fiber and water will really help move your digestive tract. You want to make sure you're having healthy fats. That means none of the seed oils. You want to stick with the olive oils, the coconut oil, because it's really important that we're not putting the unhealthy, the saturated fats into our body. And the less fat that you can consume, especially if it's bad fats, the better. If you're eating things like avocado, you're getting good healthy fats there. So for years I stayed away from avocados, but they're actually really, really healthy for you. Okay, if you're just getting started with your GLP-1 journey, or you're just thinking about it, I put together a guide that will hopefully answer all of your questions. If you just type GLP-1 below, we'll send that guide right over to you. So my go-to meals, like I said, breakfast for me is for the most part is going to be a protein shake, or it's going to be some cottage cheese and fruit, or it's going to be yogurt with maybe some granola and fruit. Those are my 3 go-to meals for breakfast. For lunch, 9 out of 10 times it's going to be some kind of salad. I mix up all different kinds of salads, and for a protein, it's either going to be tuna or it's going to be chicken. It might be ground beef, like in a taco salad. And that is kind of my go-tos for my lunch. And then dinner, it just depends what we're doing. It'll be, maybe it's chicken and vegetable and maybe a little bit of pasta, although I do gluten-free because I can't have gluten. Or maybe I, have some Thai food. But I find that I don't eat as much as I used to. And I don't do that every day, but maybe you want to have it. What I have learned is if I don't restrict myself, I do far better. And that might be the same for you, but you can't eat out every day because that's not going to work. So what about snacks or days that you really don't feel like eating? So for snacks, I do things like almonds, beef jerky, that's a huge one, mozzarella string cheese sticks, that's one of my favorite go-tos, and there's something like 7 or 8 grams of protein in that. Those are great when you're hungry and you want a little extra, but they're also really good when you're not hungry and you really don't feel like eating, but you need to eat something. Bone broth, that has I believe it's 9 grams of protein, so that can be a good filler as well. You just want to find clean, healthy things to eat. An avocado, very nutrient dense. That's another really good thing if you're not really feeling hungry or you just want a little something. Make sure that when you're looking for a snack, you're looking for something that is simple, that is clean, that is nutrient dense. Those are just a few ideas of the things that I go for. Thank you for joining me, and I hope this was helpful. And you'll want to look at my next video in this series, which is about hormones, muscle, and long-term results. We'll see you in the next video.